Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's December 21st, 2024. We are in the Old Testament book of Isaiah. We're going to read chapter 52:13 to 53:13. Isaiah's servant, this is the fourth servant prophecy he's going to put forward. And this one is probably the most important one, the fullest one, the one that really concerns us as Christians, and the one that, again, when we get to the New Testament, this is the section that's referenced quite a bit in the story of the Gospels. We get that suffering servant again, that God is the servant, and again, we're going to emphasize the suffering. And what is he suffering? He's suffering the sins of the non-believers. We've had the servant put forward as going to save that remnant that stayed true to God in the exile, but now Isaiah's pointing out that no, he's also the servant of the ones that turned away, that he's going to, they have the way back. So he's really setting up Jesus, the Messiah, the Son of God, who can not only restore the faithful to their rightful place, but he can restore and forgive the sins of those who turned away and bring them back. Really good stuff, especially coming into Christmas in a few days. Favorite section of Isaiah, let's go ahead and we're going to get to it. 52:13 to 53:12. Behold, my servant shall deal prudently. He shall be exalted and extolled and be very high. Just as many were astonished at you, so his visage was marred more than any man, and his form more than the sons of men. So shall he sprinkle many nations. Kings shall shut their mouths at him, for what had not been told them they shall see, and what they had not heard they shall consider. Who has believed our report, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. He has no form or comeliness, and when we see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we did not esteem him. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He was led as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers is silent, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who will declare his generation? For he was cut off from the land of the living. For the transgressions of my people he was stricken. And they made his grave with the wicked, but with the rich at his death, because he had done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. Yes, it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He was put upon him to grief. When you make his soul an offering for sin, you shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. He shall see the labor of his soul and be satisfied. By his knowledge my righteous servant shall justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore I will divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bore the sin of many, and he made intercession for the transgressors. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.